All right, hi everybody. This is Guidance 3, and this is a 14-week format of this course. And I'm excited because I actually haven't taught a Guidance 3 course since 2021, which kind of surprises me because prior to that, I taught it all the time. Just so you know, my name is Dr. Amy Borgi. I have been a teacher here at Chafee for Geez, it's been 19 years that I've been a teacher here at Chafee, and I have taught all the different guidance classes that are available. And I do enjoy teaching this class because it is a way for me to help students to connect with the career that is right for them. So, that being said, I just want you to know that this class is going to take about 9 hours a week of your time, which all 3 unit classes should take that much. You will be probably spending about 3 hours reading, 3 hours doing homework, and 3 hours studying. And I don't know if you'll really do all of that stuff because, to be honest, this class doesn't require that much studying per se because there are no quizzes, which is great. There's no tests either. There's just a bunch of projects. We're going to be doing first the resume project, which is you're going to create your own resume, you're going to create a cover letter, and you're going to create a job application. And then later on, you're going to be revising those and adding them to the portfolio project, which is basically your revised versions of the cover letter, the resume, and the job application, as well as some other items that you will be working on throughout the term. You will be doing a research project on a career, but we break it into little pieces for you, and we're going to be working in a program called Focus to Career. You are going to need to buy your books right away for this class, and those books are going to be the Career Fitness Program, and you have an optional book, which is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. And you also need a day planner. It needs to be a daily or weekly planner, meaning you open it up and it's a day on each page, or you open it up and it's a whole week on both pages. What I don't want is a monthly planner where it's a month on both pages, because what I'm going to ask you to do is going to take up more space than that. And there is a video and a full written explanation of how to use the day planner in the course introduction for this class. So you're supposed to start here at the video, which you have, I'm sure. But after you're done with this, you need to go read through the course introduction and start working on the items in week one. Week one items are going to be due next Monday. And gosh, what is the date on next Monday? Is it Oh goodness, I don't even know. My calendar is not in my widgets here. Let me look at my phone. So I should know off the top of my head, but it's the 11th. So on 9/11, by 11:59 p.m., your homework for this week will be due. And it'll be like that for every week. So when it appears in the syllabus, it'll be due the following week unless it's a big project item, and then it'll have a later due date. I will say that you should work on the big projects a little bit at a time over the weeks, because if you wait until the last minute to do a big project, you are going to have a lot of work at once. And I don't want to see that happen to you. So don't let that happen. I believe the resume project is not due until October 9th, so you have a little bit of time. But if you waited until that moment, you're also going to have other work due, and then probably work due for other classes as well. So let's see. You should start each week by looking at the course syllabus, because all of the information about what's due is in the syllabus, and that's what I will honor in terms of this is what we're doing in the class. There may be mistakes in Canvas. It's been a while since I taught this class, like I said, so there may be glitches or mistakes that I forgot to just update something or whatever. So if you see any mistakes, let me know. But do know that the syllabus is what we're using to kind of follow along and make sure we're on track. You should look in the modules section. So if you look on the left hand side in Canvas, it says modules. That's where I want you to look to see the whole class that's open to you. All the information will be there. You can go to the homepage and click on the buttons there, but the problem with the buttons is that they lead you to one page at a time, and so you can't see you can't see everything at once. And so the module view allows you to see everything. I also want you to take a look at the grades view. Once we start getting assignments in, you'll see your grade in the grades tab. So you can check anytime for grades, which is nice. Let's see. So, for turning in items, I just want you to know that there's a few things about Canvas that you should know. The first one is Canvas times out after a period of time. So, if you're working on an assignment directly in the Canvas assignment text box, you may find that if you walk away and come back, that it's timed out. And so a lot of people will do their work in another program. So they'll use Pages, Microsoft Office, or Google Docs, do their work there, and then just copy and paste into the text box. You want to make sure you save all your assignments, which is fine because in Canvas it automatically saves it, but I recommend just keeping it on a file somewhere on your computer or on a flash drive or something just in case, because you're going to need all your assignments for the final portfolio. You'll be turning in a lot of the assignments there too. So you'll do it once and then you'll have to turn it into the final portfolio. So there's an incentive to do the assignments the first time around because you'll get points for doing them. I'm just going to put my hair up really quick because it's bothering me. But you'll get assignments, and if you do them when they're actually due and turn them in on time, then when it comes time to do the portfolio, it won't be a big deal because you will just take what you've already done and put it into the portfolio. But if you've missed a lot of assignments, then you don't want to just miss on the portfolio again. So you'll have to do all those assignments at the end anyways. So it makes more sense just to do the assignments as they are due. We will have a weekly discussion, so there'll be one discussion each week. I think in the syllabus, I didn't put topics because I decided that I would decide the topics as we were going through based on what the class needs to work on more, because I have multiple topics that could be discussed. So whatever I think is most useful for this group of students is what will be in the discussion for each week. And I guess that's it. Oh, I also want to discuss some other glitches that Canvas has. So Canvas, for whatever reason, it's always been like this. Someone designed it this way. You have to upload all items at once for them to appear in the assignment. So for your first assignment, the books and the day planner, I'm requiring you to either take pictures of the books like this, like, oh, here's my books, and take a photo, or you can give me separate photos of the receipts, that's fine. But if you have more than one upload or more than one photo to upload at a time, you will need to do it this way. So you put it into the assignment, the first photo, then you'll click add another item, and then you'll upload the second one, and then you'll add another item, and then you'll do the third one. Okay, and then you press upload. If you upload an assignment and then you try to upload another one, the second one will bump the first one out. I don't know why that is, but that just is. So be careful with that. You can always go back and take a look at the assignment. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the items listed. So if you don't see all your books listed or all the items that you uploaded listed, that means you did it wrong, and try again. I do have the instructions on how to do that in the assignment, so it explains exactly how you're supposed to. Let's see. But yes, of course, the browser you choose to use may be important, and this is why. So this is a glitch that happens fairly often in Canvas. Something will not work in one browser, and they recommend using Safari, but I gotta say, sometimes Safari is an issue too. So if you're having a struggle in one browser, try switching to another browser. I tend to use Firefox, but every once in a while I'll run into a problem, and then I'll switch to Chrome, and that problem will be resolved when I use Chrome. Or I'll use Chrome and then a problem will be there, and I'll use Firefox and it'll be fine. Or both of those will suck and I'll use Opera, I think that's another one, and then it'll work. So it just depends. And sometimes I use Safari, but I gotta say, as a Mac user, that Safari and Canvas are not good friends, and that I don't recommend that you use Safari with Canvas. I'm just saying, there's a lot of issues with Safari. So those are some issues. There are no cloud links allowed in this class because I had a lot of students abusing this. So, and this is what happened, and I'll explain real quick. So, students were uploading using a link. So basically, you upload to Google Docs, or you upload to what is it? It's not Google Docs, it's Google Drive. So they would upload to Google Drive, and then they would give me a link to the assignment. But for whatever reason, they would fail to give me the proper permissions because it's complicated. And then I couldn't open the document. And then they would be like, oh, but I have it, And then I was like accepting it, but I don't take late work at all. So I was noticing that the same students were doing the same stuff with the uploading link to the document that didn't work, and then I wouldn't get the document, and then they'd have a few extra days to do the assignment, which wasn't fair. And I tried giving directions on how to use links, and students were just really messing that up. It's too complicated for Canvas. Canvas does not like links to assignments, and that goes for any cloud. Like if it's Dropbox or Google or any other cloud, no links to assignments, period. If you submit a link to an assignment, you're going to get a 0. I'm just saying that now. That's why I'm saying you have to watch the course introduction so you get this information. No links to assignments, they get a 0 automatically. Even if I can open the link and get to your document, I'm still giving you a 0 because I'm saying now, no links, period. And on a lot of assignments, I even write that in there, like no links. But I'm just saying that, no links. It's just a thing. Um, there is no late work in this class, like I just mentioned. So if you try to turn something in late, that's not going to happen unless you have one of two excuses. The first excuse is you have a doctor's note that spans over a week because you have a whole week to do all the assignments. So, or maybe even longer sometimes. So I'm not going to honor it if, you only were gone for one day. Okay. So even if you have a medical excuse, that's one day. That's not going to fly. So you need to give me, I have a whole week or whatever. It was a whole week. If for some reason you think that your situation is special or different and you deserve whatever, just let me know. We'll talk about it and I will make a decision. But usually my decision is you had a whole week to turn it in. I really want you to turn in stuff ahead of time. My goal for you and my goal as an instructor is to turn in work early or for me to grade work early. So I don't want to wait till the last minute to grade your work or to post stuff on Canvas for you. I have responsibility to do that for you, and you have responsibility to turn your assignments in on time. So the best way to ensure that is to turn them in early. So I recommend turning in your assignments on Friday, and that way if you have a problem uploading or some issue, you have the whole weekend to reach me and fix it. So how do you reach me? Oh wait, I almost forgot. The other excuse that I would honor is if you had jury duty for longer than a week or if you were incarcerated. So any like legal excuse in which you're busy for a whole week and you can produce proof that this is where you were, I will accept that and allow you to turn your work in after. If you have an excuse that I say is valid, your work is done the following Monday by 11:59. You will email me that work along with the doctor's note or excuse. So I'm giving you that information now. Okay, so extra credit. Let me talk about that. So I have a lot of extra credit. It's there as insurance. So if you turn in something late or you missed the deadline, you can do extra credit points to make up those points. I think I have like 300 points of extra credit, maybe more. There's a lot of points in this class, and there's a lot of points for a reason because the more points I have, the more assignments I have, the more opportunity for success that you have. So if you do miss an assignment or something, it's like you can make it up. And the extra credit is there as some insurance. So I recommend that if you're a busy person, especially, or if you know you have like a mental illness or disability, or you get sick a lot, or whatever it is, do the extra credit throughout the term because I offer a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. So if you wait until the very end and go, oh, I need extra credit now, there's not as much extra credit when we get to the very end because I've already offered it throughout the whole term. So my recommendation is that you do the extra credit as it comes up. So that way you have some insurance in case something goes wrong. Okay, so I already mentioned there's no test. Let's see, what else? So what this class is about finding out more about yourself. So you're going to go over take assessments, do all this stuff to find out who you are, what your personality traits are. And then we'll connect those personality traits to careers that could be good for someone with your personality traits. And then you can figure out from there whether any of those careers might be the right one for you. And you don't have to really pick anything right now. This is just more of let's kind of get you looking in a certain area. Like this is the bunch of careers that might work for you. Like, there's no reason why you have to commit to anything 100% unless you want to, but it's kind of good to know which areas of interest that you should be looking into based off of your personality and the skills you have. So, what it is your personality and the skills you have and where they intersect, that's where the career that is right for you exists. Because you want to do something that you enjoy, but you also want to do something that you have some kind of aptitude or you're good at in some way. So I'm not really good at stuff where I have to put things together. So any job where I would have to put things together would be a complete fail for me. And that's why I'm not a mechanic or something like that. Okay, so next we're going to talk about how do you know if a career is right for you? And my advice is to ask somebody who is currently working in that field what it's like to work in that field. I do have an extra credit assignment that will ask you to do that. It's called an informational interview, and I think I have two opportunities to do that. So you'll have opportunity to get extra credit at one point in the term interviewing somebody, and then you'll have another opportunity to get extra credit interviewing somebody. I believe the first opportunity, if you do it at the beginning, you get more points for that, and the second opportunity you get a little less points, but either way, like if you want to take both opportunities, you absolutely can. But the more people that you talk to in your field or in the field that you're looking into, the better. I kind of wish I would have done that with psychology. So I'm actually a clinical psychologist. I got my PhD from Alliant International University in San Diego. And I wanted to be a therapist, and then I started doing it, and I was like, this sucks. I hate it. I love teaching, though. So now I'm a teacher, and I am actually pursuing my credential in special education for K through 8, and I'm currently working in 7th and 8th grade with just regular students, and it's kind of interesting doing that on top of also teaching college, because it's so different going from 7th and 8th grade to you guys, right? So the best way to reach me, I'm not available during the day because like from 7:30 to 3, I am teaching 7th and 8th graders. But I do have a nice long lunch break in the middle. I've got a really cush schedule. So I've got like a prep period and a lunch time. So I will be able to return some messages if they're email or texts. And that's the thing, is the best way to reach me is via text. My phone number is 909-224-1204. So if you text me, then I can get back to you pretty quickly. Email is the next fastest way. I try to stay on top of emails, but sometimes it can take me up to 48 hours to get back to you. If I don't get back to you within 48 hours, something is wrong. Try to use Canvas to email me, because then I for sure will get it. But sometimes when people email me from not a Chafee email, I don't get those emails and they get quarantined. So just something to know. So if you don't hear from me in 48 hours, try texting me. So I am available, I guess, after 3. So from like 3 to 10 at night, you can message me. On the weekends, like I do have a life and I do a lot of fun stuff. And I'm also, doing work, like, prepping stuff for you guys and also prepping stuff for my 7th and 8th graders. So I am around, but I still am doing fun stuff too. So if I'm free or available, I will message you back and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, but I might not get back in as timely a fashion during the weekend as I do during the week. Let's see. What else? Oh, this is really important. So really, really important. So for the resume project, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but I just had like the, oh my gosh, I almost forgot to mention this. For your resume, when you create your resume, do not use a resume program online. Please, for the love of God, do not do it. Because all of them say they're free, but they're not. So they'll say they're free, and you can actually put in you'll put in all your information, and then next thing you know, they're charging you $50 to download your resume that you've spent all this time working on. And you can't get the information back out of the program until you pay. And then you're going to have to pay every time you want to download. And a lot of them require a monthly fee. It's ridiculous. So I actually, in the resume project, for the resume for that particular assignment, I have shown you exactly how to do this using templates that already exist in Google Docs, in Microsoft Office, and in Pages. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to create a resume from scratch. There's already a template there for you. You just have to fill in the information. But you don't want to do this on a website that says, free resume, put in your information. There's always someone that doesn't listen, hasn't watched this video, doesn't read the instructions, and just goes online and goes, how do I do a resume? And then they try to do that. And then it comes time to turn it in and they have to pay $50. Sorry. I hope you don't do that. Please don't. Shoot. I have my notes over here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm saying here. Proactive something. I don't know. I think I already went over that. Okay, so if you're not going to continue in the class, please drop the class. Because if you don't drop the class, like once you enter Canvas, if you're watching this video, you are already in the class. And that means that once you've entered Canvas, I am not going to drop you from the class for any reason. And so if you don't want to take the class anymore, you're going to have to drop yourself. But I also want to say too that because we have so many assignments in this class, if you see a F at the beginning of the term, or a D even, that does not mean you're going to fail the class. There's still a lot of assignments left in the class. So if you are going through the class, and even if it's at the midpoint, even if we're at week like 7 and you're not passing the class, you probably still have enough points to pass the class if you've done some of the work so far. So before you drop, you should talk to me and we should go over your grade and do the math and figure out what your best grade could be, because you still could be in a position to pass. That's why I have so many assignments in the class, just in case. But you may not be. So it's always good to at least check with me first before you just go dropping. But if you know you're not going to finish taking the class, like you know you just have a lot going on, or you don't like the class, or whatever it is, drop it. Because if you don't drop it, you'll get what's called an FW, and that counts as an F on your grade report. You don't want an F on your grade report. And it also shows that the reason you got an F is because you failed to just drop the class, which shows that you're super irresponsible. So you don't want to look like that to potential colleges that if you're trying to get into a four-year university and transfer from here. You do not want a bunch of FWs on your grade report. You don't even want one FW. And then you certainly don't want an F in any way on your grade report. So please take a second and drop the class if you know that you're not going to continue. Don't just stop attending and stop showing up and stop turning in assignments and think it's all going to be okay. And please don't think, oh, well, I'm not going to finish college anyway, so it doesn't matter. People come back 20 years later and then they have to face the consequences of what they did 20 years before by getting a bunch of FWs, and they have to retake a bunch of classes and replace that in their GPA. The FWs will always remain on your grade report, even if the grade is replaced with a better grade from retaking the class. That FW will still remain, and the colleges can still see that happened. So don't let that happen. Let's see. I do have some office hour meetings this term, and I will be creating an announcement that announces all of the different office hours. I also have a module. So if you go to the modules view, you'll see it's at the very top that says office hours. Every office hour meeting this semester is an open office hour, meaning all my students from any of my classes can come to that office hour. All you have to do is click on the Zoom link at the correct time and date, and it'll take you to a waiting room. You will wait there until I let you in. And I will be meeting with students one at a time for 2 to 5 minutes, depending on what they need. If there's no one waiting, then I'll meet with people longer. No big deal. I will be, as long as you arrive before the hour is over, I will see you if you remain waiting. Just so you know. So just because it's from 6 to 7 and 7 comes around doesn't mean I'm shutting it down at 7. It means the last person that came in before 7 p.m. is the last person I'm going to see. And I'll take the 5 minutes with that person as well, even if it's 7:20. Okay. So I think that is everything that I wanted to cover. I don't know you yet, but I'm excited that you're here because the fact that you've decided to take a class like this shows me that you really care about where you're going and where you're headed. We're going to be talking about goal setting in here. We're going to be talking about our personalities and what it means. And we're going to be talking about a lot of different types of careers, how to create resumes, how to look good to employers, how to be marketable, how to market yourself, where to look for jobs because it's always changing. There's always new dynamics to job searches, and there's good job searching software and bad job searching software. So we're going to talk about a lot of that stuff in this class. And I'm excited to, I guess, meet all of you virtually. And I hope you're excited to meet me too. I look forward to our 14 weeks together. And I'll see you guys in Canvas. Bye.